Cari amici sportivi, welcome to possibly the last Red Card Weekly of the season. Here where we mostly speak about Serie A, a bit of international, sometimes some European, and yes, we're not professionals, nor do we pretend to be. To my right, Steve. Galliani says yes, Berlusconi says no. For the love of God, please let him go. Polillo. To my left, Francis. Inter assigned Mazzari for the upcoming years, but if you ask Vince, I'll still end up in teams. Colo Giacomo, and I am Vince. La Lazio ieri sono uscito come le leone e alla fine Osvaldo si è uscito come lo coglione. So, sono entrato come leone e Osvaldo è uscito come lo coglione. Tavares. Welcome guys, sorry we got like 1 day late. We're live at Steve's 65,000 square feet mansion. Thank you very much, Steve, for having us over tonight. Facciamo una bella barbecue. We got some pastries over here. Some cake.
Time to celebrate.
Time to celebrate. What are we celebrating?
We'll just celebrate.
We'll just
A
celebrate.
great Champions League final. This is what we're going to celebrate. And exceptionally, not too many people were happy about seeing two German teams, two teams from the same country in the final.
But we weren't happy.
No, I think a lot of viewers were not too happy that, it wasn't a sexy matchup. But you know what? In the end, this game ended up being a great showcase for German soccer, and what a fantastic game.
Honestly, there was one person I remember tweeted, I don't remember who it was, but said, I really don't miss tiki-taka soccer. And they really brought it, first half was so-so, guys. There was a couple of chances on both ends, but it was an entertaining game, back and forth. And I think we could all agree that in the end, the deserving team won. We all felt bad for Dortmund, but from a couple of weeks ago, I did say it, mortgage your house on Bayern Munich, it was their time. And who else? Who else than Arjen Robben, aka Gold member, Dutch winger, that how many times did he screw up in a final, whether it be in the Champions League final, the World Cup in 2010?
He suffered a lot. He suffered a lot to win.
So, this is Robben's final. Steve, I know you have a lot of criticism towards Robben, but you know what? In the end, he was provider, he was goal scorer, and I'm happy because the Bayern fans were literally kicking him out last year after he missed that penalty in regular time.
Yeah.
He missed a lot of chances last year in the final. He missed a breakaway at the World Cup for Holland. You know what? He's a good player, and it's great that it happened to him. He actually redeemed himself.
I have to say that the first 20 minutes of the game, it looked like a little bit of a chess match. Bayern wasn't too aggressive, neither was Dortmund. After 20 minutes, it seemed like Dortmund really wanted to dictate the pace of the game. They were pressing Bayern a lot, they were making them very uncomfortable in different situations. Actually, it's the most uncomfortable I've seen Bayern ever this season.
But they held on, Steve, and I think that's what makes great teams great, is that they were able to hold on. Neuer was fantastic. The Dortmund goalie, sorry, I remember his name, he was fantastic. Winterfeller, fantastic as well.
Winterfeller? Is he the guy from
Game of Thrones?
Game of Thrones? No. All jokes aside, the goalers were fantastic.
Yeah.
Yes, I criticized Robben the whole entire game, but I think that my criticism is just. Yes, he screwed up all the time. Could it be he screwed up because he's a one-footed player?
But to his credit, he puts himself in those situations. He's full of clever runs.
He doesn't.
He knows where to find the space and to attack the space and get the ball in danger.
But he can't put in a cross with his right. At one point, he was with the ball and he was about to unleash a cross and he cut inside and he got caught again by the defenders. No, he would not be able to survive in any other league.
But guys, has he not been playing this way for like the last 6 or 7 years, and he
And
still
it's
gets it,
effective.
and he still gets it done.
But it's amazing how effective it is when he's a one-footed player. At one point, Mueller took away the ball from him to put in a cross that he couldn't put in on his right foot.
And more importantly, forget the winning goal. He had an assist.
Yes,
Ladies and gentlemen,
exactly.
Arjen Robben passed the ball. Very, very impressive for there. But I think nobody can say they were disappointed in the Champions League final. It was a great game, great entertaining, and kudos
credit to the
Bayern.
Dortmund fans, because at the end of this game, they cheered their team on. And, credit to the Dortmund team that I think everybody fell in love with. They played entertaining soccer. They didn't sit back and wait for it. They went for it in this game. And you know what? If Mario Götze would have actually played instead of Błaszczykowski, he could have finished a couple of chances that Błaszczykowski didn't.
Unfortunately, with the Götze injured, it caused a real chain reaction in the Dortmund lineup. Götze not being there, Roos to take his Marco Russo to take his place, and someone had to take Royce's place. So you can imagine how depleted they were, and they still gave them.
But exactly shows the depth of this team, and to Jurgen Klopp, a fantastic job once again. But yeah, to Dortmund fans that stay through thick and thin, let's see what happens next year with this team and where German soccer will be next year.
In the end, the joke is on Pep Guardiola, guys.
Hey, he's a
Where
project team.
does he take this team from there?
Saturday.
The treble.
Saturday is the treble. If they win the German Cup against Stuttgart, what is he going to do? What are you going to do, Pep? You're going to go in there and do what? Repeat the exact same feat again? Anyways, this one, I think we've had it on our hearts for the last couple of months. We hope for the best, but honestly, what is he going to prove? You should have went to La Regina and prove that you could bring him in Serie A. That's a project, my friends.
Guys, let's go back to Italian soccer. There was a Coppa Italia final. A great matchup. Il derby della capitale.
What a great matchup.
Lazio-Roma, it's always a great matchup.
Oh, matchup. Okay,
Yes.
sorry.
No, it was not a good game.
It took, what, 40 seconds to get the first yellow card? To
It's typical like Lazio-Roma derby. It started with a lot of intensity. The teams looked nervous. It seemed like nobody wanted to concede too much. Everyone was scared of losing. They were playing on their heels.
A lot of nerves.
I think
in this
the
game.
tension took over the mystique of the Derby della Capitale because they were playing for Coppa Italia. The tensions were all over the place. They didn't know what reaction they were going to get for either side of the ultras. I think there was more attention to what was happening outside the field than what was happening on the field, and it affected the game on the field because the game was terrible.
Yeah, it was a couple of good moments, but you saw Totti. It wasn't.
It didn't have a lot of good moments, Vince. It had moments because the Italian press made it seem like that.
Okay, but look, I think where the fault was in this derby, guys. You know what? Yes. This is the team that you're putting on the field, the one that brought you to the Coppa Italia. Let's say, like example, Destro. Destro played all.
He's a cup player.
But guys, a cup player is a cup player. But in the end, what's more important? Let's do what is right, or you're playing Lazio here. Put on your best players.
And Andrea Zoli had to save his job.
Yeah. Andrea Zoli had to save his job, and he didn't do anything to save his job. What are you doing? Bring in Osvaldo at the 75th minute.
And I'm a little bit disappointed in Andrea Zoli because today on the newspapers, it was plastered everywhere. He was saying that he would still make the exact same decision, no matter, even if he had to replay the game.
He's talking out of pride.
He's talking out of pride.
He should have just made a culpa, and then there was a little incident with Osvaldo. We'll talk about it a bit later, but in the end, this is live, guys. Phone's ringing here at Steve's house. Steve's mansion, 65,000.
This is my agent renewing my contract for next year. That's
Reunion's contract, $0 of 0% increase. But in the end, I think Lazio did deserve because they had the better chances and they played defensive pretty well.
And you know what? It showed that Lazio is a unified team. They played together. You didn't see nobody yelling at each other. I saw Totti a couple of times. Teammates would miss a pass, not make the right run. He was pointing fingers, starting yeah.
Not making fun of Francesco Totti.
No, I'm not making fun, but you see this is not a unified team.
The body language of Rome from the beginning of the game was not as strong as the one for Lazio. Lotito even took them all the way into a campagna.
Yeah, to Retiro.
To make them more of a unified team. Lotito, he's crazy.
He is,
but he does some smart things.
And I heard that Di Canio called and gave them motivational speech. That's what I heard.
Good times, good times. So yes, we wish for maybe a better exciting one, but in the end, Lazio wins. Congratulations to Lazio.
And you know what? Roma finishes a season disappointment. The two most disappointing teams this year in Serie A, Roma and Inter. And Roma
Excuse me. Inter and Roma. Let's put things in perspective.
Yes.
Let's put things in perspective. Okay.
Alright guys. Yeah.
You said Inter and Roma, but Roma didn't have the amount of injuries that Inter had, so I would probably say Roma. Then
are you defending Inter?
I have to be.
Would he be defending you if we were in a situation?
Finally, guys, just quickly, Totti, is this his last season?
No, he said it. He's gonna
play again.
He wants to play to 376 goals.
And maybe another 100. It's all big. Francesco Totti. He's making the World Cup.
Guys, finally, this week we're gonna talk about rumors. There was a lot of coaching changes. Mazzari goes to Inter. Are you a bit surprised by that move, guys? Yes and no. Inter, yes, the project, but now Mazzari that goes to Inter, and then he wants to bring all his leftovers from Napoli over. Does this 3-5-2 work for Inter?
But this is what I'm trying to get at is, I'll ask you guys, what does Mazzari bring to Inter?
Experience?
Yes, 100%.
And
But
he's bring stability to a team.
I think honestly, he didn't go to Inter if he didn't say, if I come sign for you, these are my requirements. Because supposedly they met with Branca about transfers.
Oh
He wants to
my
get
God.
this.
With the same guy that sold Coutinho for
Yes,
70?
yes. So he meant Mazzari now. There's a point of no return. But I can't say I'm sure he'll do good. I can't say he'll do bad. He's gonna do better than. Well,
It can't be worse than this season.
Guys, this is
Yeah.
let's put it out there. This is a soap opera situation. We have Mazzari, who finally takes Naples, which in Serie A is considered not a smaller team, but because they're from the south, a less performing team than
Less
one from the north.
prestigious.
Less
Prestigious,
prestigious than one from the north. He takes them to Champions League. Now he gives up Champions League football to go to a project, a project where he has absolutely no idea where it's heading, because the people in charge don't even know where
Well, no,
it's
does
heading.
this project really exist now that you brought in Mazzari?
I have no idea, because 3-5-2 with the players that Inter have, if they don't buy, it's going to be another 8
So-
to 10 place finish.
Gasparini tried the 3-5-2.
Didn't work.
Stramaccioni really tried the 3 at the back for a while.
Didn't work.
So why is he bringing
So
Mazzari?
how's this gonna happen, guys? Is it going to be Mazzari? Do you want to do 3-5-2? We're gonna get you the players for it, or these are your players?
No,
Find a formation. Find a
Mazzari
formation.
did not come to this job to be told, take these players and make it work. He's asking for money and now Inter doesn't have to spend.
But the thing is, the spending, unfortunately, comes to Inter at a time where they have no European football. So where's the appeal to go for someone to go play in Inter? Example, we'll bring in another Brazilian who we're going to overpay for again, Paulinho. Today, Francis mentioned that in the Brazilian newspaper, they decided to put 7 reasons why Paulinho should not go to Inter. Brazilian newspapers are making fun of Inter in the Serie A.
What? I understand. No, it's not that. I understand that these guys also in Brazil are trying to retain their players.
Yeah, 100%. No, I can understand that, but Paulinho has
But
said,
in
I'm not
this-
leaving, I want to stay. I think Inter have to have a project, yes, but
No,
a
the
realistic,
project is
a
over.
realistic
It's
project.
over, that project. It's scrapped. Whatever they did, they wasted a year. This is what happened. They wasted a year. They wasted money. They wasted
You need to
funds.
make a splash,
They wasted
Francis.
European football. They waste. Exactly. Not that
You need to make a
money.
splash. You need to make a splash because right now your project is to win Scudetto next year. You ain't going. What are you gonna win?
Not to win Scudetto, to get back in Champions League.
But unfortunately, the splash they're gonna make is like throwing this little confetti
That's a nice one.
into like a humongous ocean. It won't. They cannot make this splash. They have no European football to play with.
Yeah, it's gonna be hard to.
Well, no, that's it. They have to make smart signings and.
The only reason is if they come up with Monaco money and make a splash for rather than Falcao, who decides he doesn't want to play Champions League football. He's gonna continue going lateral movements.
We'll talk about Falcao after.
Yeah,
Just
yeah.
Quickly, Mazzari left. That means the Napoli job was vacant, and who takes the job? Benitez. And that's another couple that I don't think is gonna work out. Benitez to Naples. I don't see it working out, guys.
I don't think it's the, let's say, the lack of players or lack of experience of Benitez. I think back when Benitez was at Inter, there was no injuries. You still had your star players, and he wasn't able to get it done. So is it because maybe this is what, guys, 3 years ago, 2 years ago maybe? What experience has he gained? I don't understand at Chelsea, but yes, you did great at Chelsea, but that's English soccer. Italian soccer is completely different. I don't want to say, right now I'm on the fence. I'm completely on the fence about Rafa Benitez, but I think it's a good signing for the fans of Napoli that they didn't go get, like, no offense, no Stramaccioni, no Gasparini. You went to get Rafa Benitez that has won and has proven that he can
Well,
win.
De Laurentiis is trying to keep credibility around this club.
Yes,
Now he wants
yes.
to bring them. He wants to bring Napoli really to the next level. Well, they'll be a consistent threat in the top 3.
Well, I'm gonna push Vince off the fence because the Benitez project is not gonna work. Benitez is gonna prove again that unfortunately the EPL and the La Liga is a completely different world than tactical focused Serie A. And he proved that Inter that his tactics were all wrong. His ego got to him and got him booted out of Inter, and he has a personal enemy of Marco Materazzi, which is probably the worst enemy to have because he's psychotic.
Yeah.
The Matrix.
The Matrix.
His tactics are so wrong for Italian football that I don't see, by him losing players in Naples, how this is ever going to work. He probably doesn't even have a company who is going to be willing to pay for life insurance for him. How bad it's going to be. Hey, the Naples fans locked a ref inside the locker room after a 0-0 draw. Do you believe what they're going to do to him if they don't win, if they have a Milan start to the year?
Anyways, a lot of teams right now are making coaching
We'll have to
changes.
stop the show right now, because the first part of the show has been brought to you by Steve's wife's arrangement of i biscotti alla guantiera. Look how beautiful this is, guys. Guardate qua. Pigliati un biscotto.
I'm French, I don't eat that.
Pigliati un biscotto.
Okay.
Alright. Thank you, Sandy, for this bella guantiera full of biscotti.
Now, back to my point. A lot of teams in Serie A are making coaching changes. Inter made it, Napoli, now possibly Roma and Milan.
Some of us are playing musical chair with coaches,
Yes.
with
But
Milan.
my whole point is, a lot of these teams so far have made coaching switches, and I don't think it's for the best right now.
Right.
And with all the rumors I've been hearing, I don't think these other teams, Roma or Milan, are making a coaching change for the best also.
Look, for Milan, I think we could all, most of us say, what Allegri has accomplished this year, with the stupidities of decisions that he's made, he still accomplished great stuff with what he had. Now, we all agree that I think something needs to change, because a lot of these decision making during these games didn't make any sense. But I will admit this, Clarence Seedorf is my favorite player. I have his jersey at home, I love the guy, followed him forever. But I do not think that right now he's the right man to fit the position. I know that he has the like that dressing room presence, but that doesn't mean anything to me. You still need to have that experience as a coach. I would see him more as an assistant coach, or what Pippo Inzaghi is doing right now, playing with Allievi and going up the ranks. But Seedorf played this weekend. Like, you're expecting him to walk out of Santos, come over here, start taking over the team. Botafogo. Sorry, what am I saying? I don't know. If Allegri could not be replaced by somebody with flair, somebody that could bring something to this team, just keep him. I'm sorry, Steve, just keep him. But Silvio, make Silvio assistant coach, and Silvio's going to direct traffic over there.
I'm going to go on the Roma side. Roma, they need, we've said it before on the thing, they need a complete makeover. They have to decide what direction that they want to go. Unfortunately, if they're rumored to take on Allegri, that's not Roma soccer.
But what does Allegri bring to Roma?
He's not
Stability.
He's going to bring stability.
He does bring stability and organization or organizational
game
skill.
that they won't like to play.
Exactly. It won't be a Roma.
It won't be a Roma.
It won't be
Totti won't like it. Lamella won't fit inside. Osvaldo won't fit.
What is he going to do? 4-3-3 over there? How's he going to play 4-3-3
I don't know what he's
with
gonna
Totti and I don't know. But
They have to clean the house. But you know what? The Roma, that's what they need. That this American ownership was supposed to come, clean up the house, make it a serious project, turn the Roma into a credible team. Roma is just Roma still.
yeah, and I think because of La Curva Sud that wrote a letter saying that they support Allegri, I think 80% of the players came out and said, we love our coach, we wishes he stays. If Silvio decides to fire him, he's got to make sure that he gets somebody very credible, because Seedorf, I don't think people are going to like if he brings in a Van Basten. Not that Van Basten's accomplished great stuff, but he does have the experience, and he's an ex-Milan player, so that might forget, but we need guys who are going to go at Mourinho.
Van Basten is still in the same pool of coaches as a Seedorf. Yes, maybe he has coaching experience, but he's been away from Serie A for almost 15 years. The game has changed quite a bit of time for him.
Yeah, but he's coached the Holland national team.
But the Holland national team and the Serie A are completely different.
Okay, we'll talk about the players. Okay, we have to talk about Monaco. They made a big splash this week. They signed Moutinho, James Rodriguez, and now they just apparently
confirmed.
Yeah, this is confirmed. Moutinho and James Rodriguez is confirmed, and they spent a lot of money, $70 million. And now Falcao, apparently the sign is going through his physical. What do you make of all this Monaco, nouveau-riche club coming along? And, okay, Moutinho, James Rodriguez, understand. But why did Falcao take this deal to go to Monaco? You see he's going a step backwards. He went from Porto to Atletico. Now Atletico finds he qualifies for Champions League. He leaves Atletico at this time and now he goes to Monaco, which
only
It's a project, basically.
only himself and Usignura know what's going through his head. This whole Monaco splashing, like, give you an example, like an Ibra. Ibra didn't go to PSG out of his own will. He went because the situation was the situation. But now we have Falcao, that is probably, guys, let's be honest, top 5 player in the world. Top 10 for sure. Top 10 for sure. And you're going to a team that just went from Ligue 2,
Exactly.
to Ligue 1, that you know you're going to be playing champ. So are you really buying into the project of Monaco? Because in reality, you're still in the what if. Guys, let's remember Real Madrid 2009 when we went to spend 150 million euros for Ronaldo and Kaká. What happened after that? Did anything change? Did they won what? One La Liga championship, one Coppa del Rey, no Champions League.
They made the Champions League semi-finals.
But what did they do? Oh, you're gonna remember? Oh yes, but we did the semi-finals. Who cares about the
But you
semi-finals?
can't win every year. At that time, Barcelona was really the world.
He went in into this.
No, you're comparing guys that went to Madrid to a guy that went to Monaco, a team that came from second division.
What I'm getting at is that even spending the money, whether it be Ligue 1 Monaco, or it doesn't bring you anything. Dortmund, what do you call them? The poor man's team. Scusate, guys. So if
Guys,
he goes,
you know how I stand on this. I don't like this. If someone calls, you should go running. Whether it be Real Madrid, whether it be Barcelona, whether it be Manchester United, whether it be Juve, because they just talk to everybody. Monaco, they're splashing this cash. But let's bring up the point again: is where is this financial fair play gonna kick in? How are they? I would love to see sign all these players, but show me after how you're gonna balance your books.
This has to happen. Now we
This
have to
has to
start
happen.
seeing some sanctions happening.
Seriously.
If it doesn't happen, then the Italian teams, Moratti and Berlusconi, should start splashing the cash and not worrying about anything.
because right now we're the laughing stock of European soccer because of the conditions of our stadium. We're all, and these are really fantastic looking. They came out and said that all teams in Serie A are abiding by the fair play rules. Reasons why Juventus wasn't able to go get a Van Persie last year, wasn't able to go get an Higuain last year, that to go get for Loriente for free. Same thing for Milan, selling Thiago Silva and Ibra. So if all these guys are spending all this money, what is this fair play for? I would like Platini, Michel, if I could call him Michel, come out and explain to us exactly this financial fair play, because right now, ça fait pas de sens, se me capisce, Michel. I'm sorry.
Now you're talking about Juventus. Now Juventus is after Jovetic big time. They're saying they're willing to give the number 10 jersey. They're willing to offer Fiorentina $18 million. But they're gonna, obviously, Juventus being Juventus, they're willing to offer a couple of players on the side. The choices being Quagliarella, Matri, Giovinco, or Marone.
The sloppy second. It's a typical Juventus move. That's what they do. They like to do that. I don't mind it because the thing is, what I'm angry about is that Fiorentina had the chance to. Jovetic decides he's not going to stay, right? He's decided that he does not want to play with Fiorentina. He wants to play European football. Arsenal can call him. I'm pretty sure Arsenal are giving more than $18 million for Jovetic.
Yeah. But that's up to Fiorentina.
That's what I'm getting to. It's not up to Fiorentina.
Why not?
Because Fiorentina was going to say yes to that. Jovetic wants to stay in Italy now. So now, what does Fiorentina have to do? Fiorentina has to make a deal with the devil. Guys, Fiorentina and Juventus are not supposed to exchange players. We already know that Milan and Inter are not supposed to exchange players, which actually we can do any time because we got Pirlo from them for absolutely nothing. We gave them Francesco Cocco.
But then you let Pirlo go to Juventus. So we're all playing.
Now, what I would like to know though is how is at the beginning of the year, Delle Valle, La Juventus, they want Jovetic, it's going to cost them 60, it was a big no-no. All of a sudden, Jovetic, può andare alla Juventus.
No, it's not done yet.
It's not done.
We're just
Why
talking
would you
to
come out and
talk.
say something
It's
like
not
that?
done yet, and I don't think it's going to be done. The only thing is I'm fed up with these players putting just like a stick in the spokes of the tires of these owners and making them decide that no, you can't go there for more money. We're going to talk about Neymar after because I want to get that off my chest too. You're not going to go to Arsenal where you're out of the Italian Serie A, unfortunately, but you're not gonna hinder any damage. What happened when Baggio went to Juve? Hey, Fiorentina suffered for a long time. Those Fiorentina fans had to continuously look at Baggio, prance around with number 10 in that black and white, ugly, disgusting jersey, scoring goals against every single Serie A team, including Fiorentina.
That's not blood pressure.
Well,
What's your blood
for
pressure?
you. Finally, we're going to talk about Neymar. We're going to talk about Neymar. Neymar signed with Barcelona. And guys, surprisingly, I thought the fee was pretty low.
Forget that.
I don't know if I'm missing something.
There was no splash. Nobody, there wasn't a big news. Remember, guys, last year, Real Madrid, 60 million, 70 million. And now we're all looking, Neymar signed for Barcelona.
This last year would have been the signing of the year.
28 million, and at $7 million a year. Now the question remains, everybody's asking, is Neymar going to make an impact in Europe the way he made it in Brazil? Steve?
Unfortunately, the Neymar situation becomes like a Jovetic situation. For Santos, they decided, for the first time ever I've ever seen this in my whole life, we accept two bids. We accept the Barcelona lowball offer because we were Barcelona, and we accept we double the offer because we really want Neymar on our team from Real Madrid. And now Santos, who is if I'm not mistaken, Santos, there's an owner to the Santos team, right? Basically, his prized possession, he has to give it to Barcelona because his players decided, I don't want to go play with Real Madrid, even if they're giving you double, I'm going to go play with Barcelona. How in your right mind does that make sense?
Maybe there was a promise made behind closed
So we're
doors.
missing something. I'm sure not.
That's what I'm saying. If there's missing something, tell it so I stop getting nervous while I'm reading these stupid articles.
Well, finally, guys, we'll go to our red cards of the week. I don't know who wants to start, but I'm going to start with Larai.
I don't know
who wants to start, but I'm going to start.
Yes, because I took it back. When I found out that the Coppa Italia final was not being presented on Larai, and I started telling other people that the game was on Larai, I was speechless.
And Francis,
They showed the whole tournament up to the final. You're not showing the final.
on Saturday I call him, Francis, like, okay, well, thanks to the game, I got time, it's my son's baptism, I'm going to be able to juggle the first half, and I'm like, by the way, it's not on TV, and you took it bad, like, you really
took it bad.
You're really bad.
This is the problem with Italian soccer. That's why we cannot promote our game.
It was only on sports media centers across Canada, except for Quebec. Merci beaucoup. But it's a very good red card, Francis, I have
Thank
to
you.
admit.
For the 10th time this season, I think we got a red card to Larai.
I have 2 yellows.
I'm gonna go with mine. I could go easy breezy. I can go Kotze, who didn't play because apparently had an injury. I can go with Robert Lewandowski, who decided he's gonna go to Bayern too. I can do that too. I talked about Neymar and all the stupidity, but I'm gonna surprise everybody. I'm gonna give my red card to Milan.
They didn't play this week.
I'm gonna give it to Milan because you do not make soap operas with a team like Milan. You don't fire the coach, and then Twitter goes mental. Allegri's gone, replacing him with Cedar, replacing him with Rijkaard, replacing him with Van Basten, replacing him with Baresi. And then 2 seconds later,
Allegri's made demands.
Allegri has made demands, and we're probably gonna keep him.
Oh, 2 minutes later?
2 minutes later,
Silvio.
Silvio, I don't think so. Maybe Allegri should leave. I don't like his formation. I don't like this. I don't like that. Oh, someone in the media portion section of this fantastic, beautiful club of Milan has to get things in order. The PR guy needs to go out the door because the PR for Milan was shit this week. Shit.
100%.
Funny Vince, you have a minute left.
I'm good, don't worry about it. And you know what, Silvio might be hanging around too much with Zamparini, firing, hiring, whateber. 2 yellow cards. First yellow cards goes to the Roma fans that greeted their own team at Trigoria with eggs, some rocks, threw it at their own bus. This is Roma fans throwing stuff at the Roma bus because they weren't happy about 200 of them. I found that pretty despicable. You should be supporting your team no matter what. And the other yellow, Osvaldo. You were 100% right for your feeling that you should have been there before. It is not for you to do that in front of a camera. It is not for you to confront your coach in front of a camera. Yes, Andrea Zola came back and said, you know what, you're a crybaby, whatever, but for you to come out on Twitter and say, you know what, you are somebody that's not qualified to do this job, why don't you go cheer with Lazio? I think it took it a bit much, and guys, mark my words, he just kissed his national team chance goodbye.
So guys, thank you for watching us this year. Thank you for the support.
There's still going to be another show, even though Francis, I'm firing him, guys, by the way, even though you guys are going to bring him back by popular demand.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.